Well, here we are in Northrend. As I said, I kind of have the itch to play through the Wrath of the Lich King content, but I'm not interested in playing Classic because it's way too time consuming. And, well, I leveled the Hunter to level 10. Here we are. Thorgard is a Dwarven Hunter who is arriving at the Valiant's Keep now, so let's see how we can help the Alliance.
Need help?
Enlistment day. You've come to enlist, right? Normally you'd have to send in line like the other recruits. Normally you'd be out of luck because the recruitment ledger's gone missing and I can't process anyone until the new bulk gets here. Fortunately for you, Thorgard, I've heard about you and what you did in Outland. To be honest, you're cut above these poor saps. Lines aren't for you. Go to the barracks and speak to General Arlos. He'll be more than happy to meet with someone of your caliber. Well, he might be mistaking me because I have not been to Outland, but you know how it is. I have a couple of other quests here. I think one of them is just to find Dalaran or explore Dalaran from Thomas River Well, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Allies and Dalaran. Welcome to Northrend, Thorgard. I've been asked to arrange travel for you to Dalaran so that you can meet with our allies there. Ride the Griffin to Dalaran, and once you land, make your way to our inn there. A hero's welcome. Find Izirami Fairwind and speak with her immediately. She can help you bind your Hearthstone to the city so you can use the Silver Enclave's portal to travel back to Settlement quickly. Well, we're gonna take this, but we're not gonna go to Dalaran yet. And we don't need to return to Stormwind either. And then we have Magister Dathomir.
How may I help?
The magical kingdom of Dalaran. Hello, Thorgard. You may or may not be aware that the Kirin moved our city here to Northrend. No longer does Dalaran sit under its protective dome on the shores of Lordamer Lake. Now the city magically floats above the Crystalsong Forest. We believe for you to be ready to journey to the city. Speak with me again and I will cast a spell of teleportation to transport you there. When you arrive, seek out Archmage Cylindra and give her my signet as proof that we spoke. Well, I guess we can just start things off in Dalaran if everybody wants to send us there. Not how I had envisioned starting things off, but here we are. Oh, I think she's down here, yeah. There's the Archmage.
Well met.
Greetings, Hunter. Welcome to Dalaran. I'll see it that the ring is returned. Learning to leave and return the magical way. Just in case you don't already know, you can use the crystal on the platform behind me to teleport to the Violet Stand in Crystalsong Forest beneath Dalaran. Correspondingly, you can use the crystal at the stand below to return to the chamber above me. I would like you to do this now.
Go with honor, friend.
I would like you to do this now, I guess. Here we go. We did it. So this is what the mages were using prior when Dalaran was still in the Eastern Kingdoms, I think. A protective bubble. And similarly, we're going to go return here and turn this in.
Need help?
Excellent, Hunter. Now you know the way to get down to Crystalsong Forest and also how to return.
Safe travels.
Excellent. And then we also have business in the inn. I don't think we're going to use our Hearthstone there. That being said, we might be able to snag a ring. I can't remember what the cost is. Izirami Fairwind, Allies in Dalaran. Welcome to Dalaran. This inn is part of the Silver Enclave, the headquarters of the official Alliance presence in our city. Don't forget to bind your Hearthstone here for easy travel to the city and access to the portal to Stormwind next door.
Be careful.
Well, thanks, but we're leaving. I do want to check it out. If the ring is rather cheap, we might just walk over some gold, because then we would be able to easily teleport back. But I don't know if there's a level requirement to that. It might be that it's like a level 30 ring. If you don't know, there's a jeweler's here
Well met.
that sells a ring that can bring you back to Dalaran. That's not her. It is him, maybe? Nope.
Go with honor, friend.
There you go. Yeah, but it's level 30. We could still pick it up because we're gonna be leveling here, but it's also 8,500 gold, which at the moment we don't want to spend. Alrighty, so welcome to Dalaran. If you haven't seen the city yet, it's a magical city which has been featured heavily in Warcraft 3 and then also in WoW, in Classic. It was under a protective bubble a couple of times, and you can buy things here from Mel Francis, bears and other things. And I actually like the bear, and I haven't picked it up yet, so you must be level 17 to buy this. Okay, cool. I guess it's like a 21 before you can buy alcohol situation here, but that's okay. And here's Crassus Landing, so we'll return to the Valiant's Keep in the Borean Tundra and fly over it and talk a little bit more about Wrath. So this is the third expansion for WoW, technically. And if you want to experience it on a more grounded level, I guess, it is now live in Classic, so you can have a fresh start and experience all this. For me, I have too much nostalgia and also not enough time to actually dive back into Wrath of the Lich King, so I just want to play through the quest line, explore Northrend, and you know, if we get to a good enough level, we'll maybe even do Icecrown. We'll see. For me, Wrath, probably the best soundtrack in the game as well. I can't wait to come back here to Wrathgate. If you don't mind the spoilers, watch the Wrathgate cinematic that you can probably find on YouTube. And then here's one of the shrines. There's a lot of lore and things that really felt pretty magnificent when I first played it. Some northern lights and some thunder over there. An ember worm. Really, for me, Wrath has such a beautiful story because it really continued what basically was one of my favorite games back in the time, Warcraft 3. And while Burning Crusade did the same thing in some ways, it didn't capture me as much as Wrath did. It's actually quite nice. We see some blue dragons here. A flying necropolis. And mystical magical platforms that are, for some reason, beaming down there. There's a Nexus Guardian as well. The amount of dragons and drakes you encounter during the gameplay is also really fantastic, I think. And this is also my thing about the world that I said previously in other videos. Look at the vast area that you can see here, and you can see Icecrown Citadel in the middle from basically anywhere in the game in Northrend. It is really like just cool, and you know, back then if you wanted to explore, you could just, you know, ride over and discover the Icecrown Citadel for the first time. You could travel by boat as well. I remember this. We back then, like, flying was pretty expensive, so we had some alts that would travel by boat to different shores here. The Vraiku here. That's a very cool questline in my opinion as well, down here. I'm looking forward to seeing all of this, and we're starting off with the Borean Tundra, so it's gonna be great. And this also felt really cool back then when, you know, you arrived here and there's like this city, this keep that was established to start the Northrend campaign for the Alliance, and similarly for the Horde back here. I thought it was a really cool setup. Something that really doesn't happen anymore afterwards. It's all just like, you know, smaller buildings or just one capital city, and that's it. Alright, enough with me glamoring over old Northrend situations and adventures. Let's get some questing done here. General Arlos.
What can I do for you?
We've been expecting your arrival, Thogard. Welcome to Northrend. A time for heroes. It's good to have you among us, Thogard. We've all heard of your past deeds. As you know, King Rin is moving great armies into Northrend to meet those of Arthas. But armies are nothing without true heroes to inspire and lead them. I want you to be that hero for my men. Fight alongside them against the scourge that lays siege to our stronghold. Report to Sergeant Hammerhill outside the inner hold. Valiant's keep cannot fall. The future of our campaign depends on it.
Light bless you.
And the Councillor Talbot says, our troops, General, consist mostly of villagers and peasants. Good men, but not quite rid of the prejudices and superstitions of all their upbringing. They're not ready to fight alongside our more exotic allies. And then the civilian recruit says, could you try to be a little quieter? And I think the exotic ones are the Draenei that still haven't been fully accepted. Sergeant Hammerhill.
Talk to me.
By Magni's spirit, looks like the heavy artillery is arriving. The siege. Well, 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 it's good to see Arlos bring out the big guns. Don't get me wrong, our lads are doing the best they can, but someone of your renown fighting alongside them could really turn the tides for us. I'm not sure how much longer we can hold out against the undead Nerubians. What do you say? You get out there and kill some creepers? Show these boys how it's done.
Watch, get her back.
Of course. I like the way that we're like heroes already, and it feels like the character has done, you know, a lot, even though it doesn't really apply to Thogard in this case. A soldier in need. You there. Please, I need your help. This soldier will succumb to the Crypt Fiend's venom unless we act immediately. I've managed to slow down the poison, but without a suitable supply of antidote, I cannot counteract it. I was promised a new shipment of anti-venom in the Stormbreaker's most recent trip from the south. Go inside its hold and search for a chest of first aid supplies. Hurry, Hunter. We can't afford to lose any more men unnecessarily.
Safe travels.
Alrighty, but first, let's kill some bugs. Back in the days, this was, if you didn't have like good gear, the starting area was quite difficult. I remember some of my alts dying a horrible death against these crypt crawlers. Also not sure if I'm gonna keep the gun on the hunter. I do find it a little bit noisy. Always thought that, so we might pick up a bow for transmog reasons.
How are you?
Nice job, Thorgard. Show the lads how it's done. The only good creeper is a dead creeper. And we get a bow. Look at that. Solving our problem without having to transmogrify anything yet. Death from above. We're doing a good job of holding the front lines against these bugs. Some of these cheeky fiends, however, can fly over the aforementioned front lines and are really beating down our inner defense. I've requisitioned reinforced fishing nets from our civilian ships. If you've got a good enough throwing arm, they'll help you knock the enemies out of the sky. Thin the numbers that our defenses can hold the key.
Good.
I believe we'll be okay as a hunter, but we will see. And then we're going to pick up some first aid equipment, but something seems off about this. Wait a minute. Cultists? How did they come here? Cult of the Damned. Don't I know this from somewhere? Cult is among us. This altar bears all the markings of the Cult of the Damned. It appears fanatics from the mainland have made it into Northrend. It might be prudent to notify the captain of the ship. Perhaps he is to be found above deck. Okay, oh, now you're coming in here, huh? Did you leave your post for this? You should have done this earlier. Ooh, that was close. Okay, can count how many times we're gonna disengage off something. Captain Lefty Lugsail.
Nice to meet you.
Cultists below deck? Out of my whole crew flogged. Listen, why don't we have Admiral Canterbury take care of this situation?
You have a great day now.
Light.
Admiral, you must notify General Arlos at once. I've known the captain for a long time, and believe me, he's one of the more careful ones. Who knows how many cultists have been smuggled into our settlements in Northrend in other ships? This could be disastrous.
Careful.
It truly could be. Let's go to the Admiral first, before we take care of more bugs outside. Admiral!
Light be with you.
Thank you for your concern, Thorgard. We were made aware of the situation not too long ago. Councillor Talbot assures me that this was an isolated incident and not cause for military concern. Our civilian authorities will make sure everyone involved is properly prosecuted.
For the Alliance.
This sounds fishy.
King's honor, friend.
A diplomatic mission. I see that you are very eager to help, Thorgard. You didn't come all the way to Northrend to stay holed up in a city. I've just the task for you. Something that'll take you far away from here. We've long sought to gain the favor of the Tuskar native to Northrend. Recently, young Tuskar came to us seeking help, something we couldn't offer at the time. Now that you're around, maybe you can lend him a hand. Look for Karuk near the Riplash Strand, southwest of here, and see what you can do to help.
Be careful.
And the Harbinger, or Harbinger, I guess, Harbinger Vren. Not so fast there. I don't know about you, Hunter, but I was hardly convinced by the General's words. They rung unsure, as if they were not his own. Something's amiss here. All of our efforts to collaborate have been blocked and delayed. It is time we took a more independent approach. If we're to learn more about the cultists inside the keep, perhaps we should investigate those outside. Intelligence reports a small group of them aiding the Scourge north of here. See if they carry any clues.
Favor the road traveled by few.
It does sound kind of weird because, you know, cultists on ships. They've been taken care of, but I just found them. curious. But first, anti-venom.
You need something?
The anti-venom, do you have it? I thank you, Thorgard. This man's recovery will be slow, but we won't lose him. What do you say? You found cultists at the Stormbreaker? You'd best notify someone and bring some evidence.
See you later.
Well, I did, so I guess we're okay. Good to be a hunter. Oh. Sure, they can take care of the spider, and I'll take care of the air support. That looks good. Oh, we got robes. Oh, pretty sweet. Cloth pants. I guess they're better than nothing because at least they have stats. Okay, let's turn this back in.
Interest you on a pint?
We'll beat them if they come by land, and we'll beat them if they come by air. If these motherless undead come by sea, we're going to give them the beating of their lives. Plug the sinkholes. The Scourge are showing no sign of letting up, Thorgard. It's those blasted sinkholes. They're connected to tunnels all the way to Icecrown, for all we know. Giant undead worms burrow under the ground to create them. If there's something years of mining has taught me, is that without support beams, tunnels will cave in easily after an explosion. Take these explosives and place them at the entrance to the sinkholes, up on the ridge beyond the beach of the west. Come back after you've collapsed them. Aye, aye, and we got level 11, and we got Pack Tactics, which is a passive that increases our focus regeneration, which is good. So now we have things to do up here, explosives and cultists that need to be cultivated, I guess. Been there, done that. Necrolytes. I think you have to be, yeah, have to be on top of these holes. Oh. I'm packing a lot of explosives for how small I am. Let's see, there's more sinkholes here, but we also have more crypt crawlers. That is a-okay by me. Doesn't look like it worked, so there is another one, I assume. And we have lots of necrolytes. Undead people here as well. Oh, he looks like nope. I guess we're gonna just kill everybody in the hopes that somebody will show up or have a plan. Oh, there you go. Then we don't want to talk to the Baruch yet, I think. This should do the trick though. There you go. Yep. So let's return.
Here there.
Excellent work, Bogart. Without you, Valiant's Keep might have not held against the attackers. Thanks to your help, we'll live to fight another day. And we actually get better leggings. Farshire. My lads should be able to take it from here, Thogart. Valiant's Keep is built to take a beating far worse than this. I worry about our farmlands and mine in Farshire, however. We sent a full detachment to protect our manning operations right before the invasion. They should be able to defend the civilians. Gerald Green's in charge of the villagers there. There's a passage out of the northern wall, out of Valiant's Keep. It'll take you straight to them. See what you can do to help. But of course. And Mark Haynes. Hey Thogart, there's a girl in the inn that's asking about you. Her name's Larissa. I don't think she knows you, but she said she needed your help. She sounded really desperate.
See you around.
I like these little breadcrumb quests as well.
Warm wishes to
You're back, Thogart. You're discreet, Thogart. We cannot look at this evidence in front of prying eyes. Ooh, a trinket. That's, we don't think we have shoulders yet, so we're gonna equip those as well, even though not male, but then we have better pants because they're male, and that looks good. Further investigation. I'm afraid this is a matter I must delegate to one of my operatives, someone who can work in secret. Keep the evidence with you and take it to Vindicator Yala inside the inn. Tell her I sent you and speak of this matter to no one else. We do not know who might be working for the cult.
style this a god.
And even more quests.
Hi,
Airman
how are you?
Skyhopper. Distress call. Oh good, you're Thogart, right? We need your help up north at Fitzcrank Airstrip, like yesterday. The Magnetor and the Scourge and the pumping station. It's madness, I tell you. Madness. You've got to head up there and talk to the old man full throttle ASAP.
Very good.
Would you at least send me over? No? Okay. You have a flying machine there. And we have Midge.
Can I help you?
Nick of time. I told them all that I remember. Why don't they believe me? I was gathering herbs by the rift. They came from nowhere. Dark wizards with magical beasts. I was surrounded. A huge magic cube appeared above me. It opened up and pulled me inside. I swear it's true. Just as it began to close around me, my rescuers swooped in on the backs of drakes. It was amazing. My captors scattered and I was able to escape. I never thanked them for saving me. Please, Hunter, if you see them, pass on my gratitude.
All right then.
And this will send us to Amber Ledge. We have salty John Thorpe here,
Light be with you.
who will gladly because he's a butcher, take all of our crap.
Go with honor, friend.
Should probably use our hearthstone and make this our inn, because otherwise we'll just end up back somewhere in the Eastern Kingdoms, I assume. We have Larissa over here, but then we also have Vindicayala, and we're going to go to the Vindicator first.
Good fortune.
Harbinger Vern sent you. Speak quickly. And I missed the rest part because I clicked too quickly. The hunt is on. I've made my business to learn as much as possible about the vile death cult, including their secret language. Vren was right. The cultists mentioned disguised operatives in various locations in Valiant's Keep. The lower docks, the jail inside the inner hold, and in the inn's kitchen. Take this Oculus, use it as those at those 3 locations. Anyone that has recently used the cult's necromancy will be enshrouded by a dark aura. Take care of the cultists before something nefarious happens.
Favors the road traveled by.
Larissa.
You need something?
Thank you for coming to see me. I didn't know who else to contact. Sarian, my brother. I recently received word from William Allerton, a family friend, that my brother enlisted here in Valiant's Keep on the same day he did. Thing is, my brother's been dead for years. I sold everything I owned to come looking for Thessarian, only to be stonewalled by the local bureaucracy. I've even been threatened with arrest if I keep snooping around. I need someone in the good graces of the higher-ups, someone like you. If you can help me, I heard that William's stationed at the Farshire mine.
Have a good one.
So now we're thinking Salty might be a cultist? Oh, look at that. He has an aura around him.
Honor, friend.
I have reason to believe you're involved in cultist activity.
Be careful.
Well, I suppose this is it then. I won't go down quietly. Well, I have a bear and you have a meat cleaver. I think I'm okay. I hope they find a new chef in here. Sorry, I killed your butcher chef person. Sorry. Bye. I think they're down somewhere. There you go. Tom Hager.
Hello. Have a good one.
Some of us get to avoid military duty. A good fisherman always handy. Even generals need to eat. What do you know about the cult of the damned? You know who you're messing with, Hunter. Death beckons. Well, it was your death, though. And now the cult is in the jail. Guys, stuff is burning. Maybe some water?
Can I help you? For the Alliance.
My shift's almost over. Can't wait to catch some shut-eye. Know what I mean? How long have you worked for the cult of the damned?
See you later.
Finally, this charade is over. Arthas, give me strength. Guys? Do you want to help me? No? I guess not. Coming through. Vindicator.
The Naru have not
You've done well, Thorgard. However, I can't shake the feeling that this is not the last we've seen of these death cultists. Darkness has a way of hiding even in plain sight.
remember the lessons of the past.
Ah, hiding in plain sight. Alrighty. And off we go to Farshire. Oh, that's not the exit. I don't want to swim with the short dwarven legs, so cross the Stormbreaker. Bob and weave. I think Farshire has fallen. Well then, let's find out what happened here.